Where's the declaration?
Right there.
Right
I only
there.
printed one.
Is it good?
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. If you don't know me, my name is Samantha Gazda, and I'm a 16-year-old junior at Coral Gables Senior High. I'm a proud born and raised Coral Gables resident. I've lived in the same house since I was born. Since its founding, Coral Gables has been a pioneer with preservation. I've always been proud of my city for preserving its historic elements and iconic beauty. Our fountains, trees, and naturalistic aura have allowed me to grow up in an environment where I'm completely surrounded by nature. But now, it's time to go further than preserving historic houses. It's time to preserve our city. We are in a state of emergency and we're sounding the alarm. So far, Coral Gables has been open-minded about restrictions on plastic use. And that's a landmark achievement, but we need more. We are on track for extinction. If we don't transition to 100% renewable energy as quickly as possible, we won't have a future. I won't be able to live here. Our children won't be able to live here. And our beautiful historic city will be wiped out. Again, I'm proud of my city. I love my city. But I know we can do more. We need to do more. And that starts with declaring a climate emergency. And that starts now. What do we want?
Climate justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Climate justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
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 when our planet is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When our water is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When our air is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When our atmosphere is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When our future is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back! Climate justice!
When our planet is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
As a municipality, and that we can do for municipal government, I think we are doing. We include as part of our legislative package for our lobbyists when we go to Tallahassee for the legislative session, that we include those initiatives also, and we have some, I don't have a printout, we just got it, but we have a whole list of resiliency and sustainability efforts that we want that our lobbyists lobby the state legislature on our behalf for. So, I'm gonna tell you, we agree with you.
So this resolution is just will help us and help the public be aware of the emergency that we're in. By declaring this an emergency, you are acknowledging that this current crisis that we're in is an emergency and we need to act now.
Right.
Just recently, the city of Miami Beach declared a climate emergency, and this
I saw
was
that,
right.
yeah.
So
they shared their legislation with us. They
Right,
sent
so-
it over, so it goes to our clerk, and then our clerk sends it up to all of us. So we saw that.
right. So yeah, I'm Nicholas, by the way. It was wonderful talking to you. And this is Sammy.
Hi.
She has some words as well.
Hi. Yeah, we also are doing, we have some stuff that we're working on with the water keepers on water quality also with fertilizers, and we just outlawed about those herbicides that are so dangerous.
And just to acknowledge that there really is no government acting at the speed that we need currently.
No, there's
Emissions are still rising, development
They
is
are.
still going on. carbon intensive infrastructure is still continuing to be, especially in a sinking city that we're in. We need to put a halt to this, put a halt to biodiversity also. And so this is
Sorry, my voice is kind of gone because we were just chanting outside. But I've lived in Coral Gables my whole life. I was born and raised here. I've lived in the same house since I was born, right on Granada. And I'm just in love with the city. Like, I just love the tree-lined streets, and I've always captured it as like such an environmental city. Like, I'm always surrounded by nature at all times. Like, even Venetian Pool is fresh water. So I really think declaring climate emergency is the first step. I don't want to lose this city. It's just so deep in my heart, and I think declaring climate emergency truly would be the first step to keeping our city safe.
Well, and I agree with you. And I think the city, the administration, and the elected officials in this city agree with you also.
That's great.
We see the same things. And so that's why the value and the importance of our community. And so many of the things we do with our fleets, our vehicles, is to move toward electric vehicles and away from fossil fuels to try and deal with the trash issues and how we dispose of waste. A number of issues with our waterways and flooding and maintaining our water quality within the city also, and the preservation of our aquifer and all of those issues. So we have a whole list. Have you met the sustainability Matt Anderson?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was him. We had a presentation at our school for one of the sustainability people, and I think he was the one, and he was awesome. Like, he
He's
gave a whole
wonderful.
presentation.
Yes.
he's
Well,
great.
you know what? Not this weekend, but next weekend here at City Hall, the Sustainability Division has, I think they're doing it now 3 or 4 times a year. There will be a program to collect all hazardous waste, paint and whatever. So all of the notices have gone out around the city so that there's the appropriate places that will collect hazardous waste. Anything with a plug, so any electric, any piece of electric appliance of any sort, whether it be a hairdryer or a toaster oven or anything that you would plug in. Batteries, all batteries, because we encourage people to you can't throw your batteries, you shouldn't throw your batteries in the garbage, save your batteries. And when we have the collection programs, bring your bag of batteries, and it will be not this weekend but next weekend here at City Hall and over into the parking lot of the Methodist Church.
It's great.
That we do on a regular basis that are part of what. This is Rhonda Anderson. Rhonda is a member. She was a member of the Sustainability Board. Now she's on the Planning and Zoning Board. They are here to talk to us about a climate emergency, declaring a climate emergency. She's a great advocate of sustainability. How often do they do the collection? We have one not this weekend, the following weekend. We do them quarterly, right?
Right now we're doing it twice a year. We do one Earth Month,
Oh, okay.
and then we do one in
Now.
November. We
Okay.
talked about doing it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna move to do it quarterly. They do it twice a year, where they send out all the notices and they do all the press or whatever, so that we don't keep putting things in the dumps and burying them or whatever that don't belong there, that then give off the methane, things decompose and whatever, you don't have those issues.
Commissioner Keon, those are all important things, but I don't think there's a sense of urgency when I hear you talking about these things, because we need to change the direction that we're moving right now. And all these little things will help, but until we actually realize that there's too much carbon dioxide in the world, and we have to get rid of the fossil fuel dependency we have. It's an addiction. We have to admit this is an addiction. We're addicted to oil, and it's not going to be easy to make the transition. I'm with the Sierra Club. We met with you a month ago, and we have a Ready for 100 program. It's a way to declare how important this is for this city. South Miami's already done it. There's 139 cities in the United States that have made the Ready for 100 commitment, and that would be a statement that Coral Gables is making to transition from fossil fuel generated energy, which is what Florida Power Line creates, to solar or anything else that's 100% clean renewable. And so, we have resolutions available. We're more than willing to work with the commissioners to get this moving. But what these young folks are telling us is this is their future. and there's a sense of urgency that they need to hear. And it's not about recycling batteries, although this is important. This is about moving the needle. We got to move the needle.
Right, but what I'm saying to you is, as a municipality, we are doing the things that we can do as a municipality, that we have control over, that we can move.
But
We can move. Now,
we as a city,
and I would also like to tell you that I would like them to stop the destruction of the Amazon. I would like to tell you that I would like them to reduce the amount of land that they're using for cattle ranches. We know that we need that canopy. There are a lot of things that I would like to tell you that the farmers in India, I would like to stop them from burning their crops. These are the big things that are creating the carbon print in this world that we live in. As much as I would like to do those things, I'm not in a position to do those things. So we can do, as locally elected officials, we will do. And if every elected official at every level would do what they can do to stop it, then they will do it.
Right, I
Then-
agree.
then it'll come
I'd
down.
love to be able to
You
stop
know
the
it?
Amazon fires or the India crop
Right.
burning, but since we don't have
No,
the
but
ability
so that's
to
why
do
I'm
that,
saying
we
to
should do
you,
as much in our power.
and that's why I'm saying to you, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because this is under our auspices to do, and we're not sitting by and not doing anything. We are doing things.
We do have
We
one
are
of the
trying.
largest electric fleets.
We do.
right,
Yes.
but this
Right,
is
but we
talking
can
about
do
how we generate power and how we use it. Is how we generate it.
Right. Taking away permitting fees for solar panels.
There's no
Orlando,
permitting fees, we
Donovan,
encourage solar
St.
panels.
Petersburg, there have been plenty of cities in Florida, including South Miami, that have realized that we need to transition off of fossil fuels for our electricity. And that's what this is all about.
And I think that we recognize that we need to do that too. So to the extent that we can do that as a municipality, we are doing it. I mean,
Public
I think,
safety is gonna be
yeah, the
solar
public
panels
safety
on it.
was, yeah.
So, I mean, those steps are being taken. Can we do more? Probably, yeah.
Well,
And I think that we
to me,
continue to do
if the commissioners pass a resolution that says we want to be fossil fuel free by X date in the future, that then puts some teeth behind what Matt Anderson and everybody else is doing to say, we need to step up the game. We need to change the formula that we're using to be able to say, when a person comes and wants solar energy on their house, we will permit that to happen. And we need to be more proactive
We
instead of
do.
reactive.
Well,
Right now,
That's where you
it's
could be a
reactive.
great influence. Like,
But we have.
If we start, if we go by a good start, you could go and influence. Like, if Coral Gables City, which is a beautiful city, you could go and then prove Miami-Dade, and then you could expand, show Broward and show other places. And then maybe you could show Tallahassee. This is why we're here, because we think Coral Gables is a great city. And you could show, like, if you start this, you could go and expand and show other people. That's
Right.
our only.
But I think what I'm trying to help you understand is how much we have done, we currently do, and what we intend to do in the future. I mean, we can build our public safety, we can build our buildings and our municipal buildings and utilize solar power, so that those buildings are powered by solar and not by fossil fuels.
We did that too for resilience.
Yes.
It was submitted as part of the Bloomberg project. It wasn't one on the first level.
Yeah.
It didn't
For
win the
electrical
super
grid.
grand prize, but it did
Right.
win on that. And it was set up so that there could be prioritization of using the solar and then leave the fossil fuel burning fuels as a last resort, so that we can conserve those for
Thank you, I appreciate it.
things of that nature,
Yeah.
as opposed to using them. And it's built in with a computerized system that prioritizes the systems that are needed in the building. Computers and so forth, and shutting down the systems that are not safe now.
So yeah, what we're asking for is just to leave the fossil fuels on the ground.
No, I understand.
And it's continuing. It is a matter of will. If there is a will, there is a way.
I have
So
part of the electric vehicle. It's a hybrid because we don't have enough infrastructure right now. You know, I bought it back in 2016. There were two vehicles I could choose at the time. I could have ordered one from Toyota.
it's not about any actions, right? This is
I understand. We need infrastructure. Without the infrastructure, build it, people will come. If you don't build it, they're not going to buy it. Why would I buy a car if I'm in a building, if I have no place to live?
So
How do you get the sources of energy?
So we would like this resolution of the declaration committee to pass. This is just the first step for a much larger push. And to get everyone in the know that this is an emergency. So that if... Gotcha.
Would you be willing to at least review, this is the resolution Sarasota passed, that St. Petersburg passed, and
Yeah, I have the one that
Portland
mine
passed.
review, yeah, we have the one that mine review.
No,
Is it different than theirs?
Yeah, this is a Ready for 100 campaign that they've been able to get past their commission and make a declaration that at a point in the future, which is 2030 is the date that they said, that they're going to make a commitment to be fossil fuel free for the entire city, not for the public buildings, the entire city.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it.
I
mean, what we can do to private development at some stage is that people have property rights. They have property rights. And they have the right in building, and they do have to work and be within a certain framework. But, unless...
All I'm saying is we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here.
But some of it comes down to, we have a huge problem, an affordable housing problem here. If we dictate how you have to build housing that adds tremendous cost to housing, who pays for that? Who pays for that? Do we worsen our affordable housing issue? Do we make it worse? Do we have fewer places for people to live that can live in? What are we going to do? So, it's not a matter only and always of just saying, oh no, today, stop it. You can never do it again. For some things. What we can do is incrementally make it better as we work toward that aim and that end of making it altogether better. When we know that when there was the problems with the ozone, the holes in the ozone and whatever, we knew they were from chlorofluorocarbons. They were able to, through science, were able to create products that for refrigeration and for other things that didn't contain those products. And we were able to move it. There is a whole industry that is looking at removing carbon from the environment. And so it's not just one thing. It's not one thing. It's not a matter of making every single building a solar-powered building, because there are other considerations that we need to take into account, and some of them is affordability issues. And and science is working also to find ways to deal with the carbon that exists and remove it. So it's not just one thing. So it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. And I can tell you that
carbon sequestration. They can use it, put it in the fuels, they can use it to strengthen concrete.
So
this is the carbon sequestration,
of encouraging that. It's a matter of, and those are, we can support, that's why I said to you, we have a list of
I do want to say
policy issues that we asked to be moved at the state level, that we asked to be moved then at the national level, but
these incremental changes is what's going to throw us over the cliff. It's going to reach this tipping point where we can no longer take hold of this crisis, right? So I'm just thinking.
We know that, and we see that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like young people, to look children in the eye and feel like that I've done everything that I could to make sure and have them a secure, livable future.
Right. And I agree with you.
So this is just the
I have
first.
grandchildren
This
even
is just
littler
the
than
first.
that,
No,
so I agree with you.
Good job, Nicholas. Good job.